This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start blocking people who go, "Hey, I sent Gray an email. Hey, this is my story." Nobody cares, okay? If you send me a link or something, do not expect to get credit for it or anything because a million people send me the links. It's not a big deal, okay? All you did was find a link. I mean, look at that comment up there. I sent this link to... I emailed Gray yesterday. God, just, don't worry about it. I've known about these other two cases for a week now, okay? It's not something new or anything. God. See what I'm saying? Anyways, we're down by 2 with 9 seconds to go. We'll see what happens. God. Unbelievable. I sent this to Gray a couple days ago. That's why we're doing it. You know what? No, that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because I want to do it. I've known about the case in Oregon for a week now, at least. The other one, just don't worry about it, okay? God, Gray, you're so mean. Alright, we'll see what happens here. By the way, how's everybody doing? Had kind of a slow night last night, and looks like another one tonight. I mean, it's just weird when people do that kind of stuff. Gray, I sent you a link. Gray, I sent you a link. Okay, awesome. I get like 500 a day. I mean, thank you, but I have to weed through them. I don't have time to read them all. I gotta get ready for a show, Yeah, it's awesome. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, we have one more free throw here, and we could tie the game up. All right. I'm gonna sit here and be live at the same time. Yeah, that's what it is. Look. Now, because it's weird. I wish it was a little bit taller. It's weird, that's why. Oh, I guess it went into overtime. It means that the person's trying to draw attention to themselves. That's why it bothers me. Just show up to do the show, okay? The show isn't about any of you. The show is just about what we're talking about, okay? It's weird. Yeah, they may be. First thing I'm going to show, though, is the... Yeah, I mean, the thing, well, I don't know. Some people don't like the way I am, and some people do. I'm just a real person. I'm telling you the reality. I'm not one of the PC jackasses that walks around and goes, "Oh, everything's so, hey, thank you for sending me the email that I didn't use. Thank you." Okay? I mean, I don't even have time. I do say thanks, or if somebody sends me something that I've already covered for 4 days straight, I'll just go, "Yeah, I've already covered it. Thanks." I don't go, "Thank you, wow." How about watch the show every once in a while and you might actually see that we covered it. You ever think of that? Thanks, Eugenie. Yeah, yeah. I saw the one, the skull in the backpack. Yeah, I saw that one. Not covering it. But thank you. And thanks, Kathy Friedenmaker. And see, the thing is I'm not begging to get subs over here. Okay. Now, if I get, I seem to get subs because people like the way we do it. Great. But I'm not going to pretend to be a certain way to get as many subs as possible, so I can have weirdos that want, praise and adoration for sending in a link. It's unreal, really. I don't get it. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys. Thank you very much to Colleen Dahman, Jamie, Kathy Friedenmaker. So let me show you where I am now on the rebuild, or the building. It's kind of weird. It's a weird building. It's hard to really determine some of the stuff, like the step down segment. There's no picture of, because it drops, the ceiling kind of comes down and then it goes up again, I think. It's really weird shit, but they don't show it, so you kind of have to guess, I guess. Hey, thanks, PJ Radio. Yeah. I'm just, here's the reality is, I am the way everybody should be. Just say exactly the reality of it. All right? That's your reality, Gray. Well, I guess so, but sometimes things are just the truth. You know what I mean? All right, here's the middle monitor here. So, I've put quite a bit more onto it, as you can see here. So this is where we're at so far here. So here's the now it looks the way I want it to look. You come in the stairs down there, and then you go up to this floor. Then there's all these different doors. I got the doors in there. I even have little outlets and stuff. I got to make the texture of a wooden floor. That'd be good. And then right in this area is where it drops down, and I don't have that floor in yet, but if you went in, if I put this camera down here, downstairs, oops, probably went too far there. Yeah, I went out. Yeah, so this is like in the back bedroom here. The door's open and everything. So, it only opens there, obviously. This is where that little. Let me make it higher. It's cool because even the pictures look the same. And I should be getting super chats for spending the entire day doing this. Okay, so eventually we're going to have this really good working model of the house. All right, so when you're seeing this, just realize I spent probably 7 or 8 hours working on this. All right, so that's what goes on here. I do 4-hour shows, plus I work during the day on things, and that's why you guys support the channel. All right, and then because of your generosity, we donate money to charities during the month and at the end of the month, and we're already at 47.7 this year, and I think 3,500 or 4,000 this month. Oh, that's on the next floor. Hold on. I'm trying to get the shot from. Yeah, so I still have to fix this thing. It's too big. Hold on a second. I was just looking at that. I readjusted everything too. Boy, that was a good sales pitch. I gotta fix that. You can tell it's too big. Right there. Let me go back to the camera. Yep. Huh. I'm trying to, hold on a second, I gotta fix it. Yeah, it's hard. Because now I can't see it. I can't get in there. Just spin this camera around, maybe I can do it with that. Hold on. Anyways, I'll work on that part later, but as you can see, the stairs go right up into there. Everything works fine. See that? And then it goes up onto the floor. This will be hardwood floors. So the way, it's hard to see it right now, but I can actually, at one point I'm going to make each level its own group, so I can just hide it and then you can see below, right? So, if I took that and let's see, hell, I can just move it up in the air. So you can see right there, you would enter the door, go right up these stairs, and then it goes up into, right up into here, and this is the bedroom over here where Zaina and Ethan were, right over here. And so the person would have gone through, like through here, and then there's a door here that goes through like a bathroom, and inside of this door room is where they were, and this is where the blood was outside right there. So there's dirt that kind of comes up here. And thanks Linda Howe and Jane. Yeah, boy, it's gonna be a slow one. Okay, hold on, I gotta go. Wife came home. Now they're not just trying to help Shay 69309 6903, whatever the hell your stupid name is. What they are doing is trying to draw attention to themselves. If they were just trying to help, they would just sit here and see if I talked about it. But they go, "Hey, I sent this link to Gray yesterday." Come on, give me a break. All right. So that you're wrong, okay? Yes, 4 were killed. I mean, who didn't know that? Melissa. Was there somebody that didn't know? Yeah. So anyways, it's a pretty convoluted home, actually. It's crazy. So there's a part, this next floor here, it steps down, so I haven't put in the floor yet. So, I mean, it looks like I already kind of have it. Well, like this door is going to be down to where that next level is. See, it's crazy. It just, like there's a drop of about maybe a foot or 9 inches or so. right here. And so almost where that line is, the floor starts. So then that means these all have to be dropped down to the floor. Like I would go, move this down, the molding, and then this would go down closer to that area. Right there. I'm not going to sell anything. And I sure as hell wouldn't let another YouTuber use the model. Mainly because they wouldn't, I guarantee you, they wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, hey, Gray made this." They'd pretend, "Hey, I got this thing," and I'm just getting really disillusioned with the whole with YouTube. It's absolute garbage. People out there. I mean, I appreciate everybody being here and everything, but right now it's just I don't know. I mean, this is one of those cases again where it brings out the absolute wackos of the world. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. I just want to cover cases. That's it. Hey, it looks like the Blazers. Let's see. Keep holding it. Okay. So we're up 6. We have the ball with 36.8 seconds to go. It's looking good. Looking good. Hey, thanks, Danette. Yeah, so I was just going to show you the update there, and maybe at the end, if there's time, I'll continue to work on it for a little bit. And we'll see what happens. All right. Not really, Ryan. Yeah, they're all a lot of crap going on. Yeah, a lot of them get, they sort of pilfer other people's work, including sound effects and everything, and pretend that they came up with it. And so that's where it's a little bit frustrating. Even the ones that you think aren't like that. So it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Why not? I compliment, like people like John Lorden are good, and, very few, really, to be honest with you. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, well, some people like the 3D modeling, but it wasn't good for the channel, I can tell you that. It was just really about the slowest night there ever was, recently anyways, comparatively. You'd think, wow, maybe this is something people would be interested in. But I'm trying to build it so that when we get it done, then you can do the route that maybe the killer took with the camera. It's not hard to do once it's finished, and you would actually have doors open, the camera continue up, then make it up some stairs, go up around, and then go to the room that the different individuals that were killed were in. Okay, I don't know what, the longer the case takes, the more detail I'll get into it. I've already almost put too much detail. I even put electrical outlets and light switches and all those kind of things in some of the shots, but the photographs of the house aren't really the greatest. So I'm trying to figure out, we got to drop the level. It drops down. What I'm wondering though is after it drops down, you see this little thing like this. Does it go up again and the ceiling is all the way up there, or does the ceiling drop a foot or so in that area? And then when you go up the stairs, it adds another, it goes back to normal height or something. That's something I can't figure out yet. Thanks, Tamara. And LMM, as in Element Open. All right, so anyways, let me, I'm gonna do this cold case thing here first. Then we're gonna move on to the related cases. All right, so I'm gonna do this first. It's pretty interesting though, I can tell you that. Actually kind of reminds you of something like this. and the possibilities. Jesus, what's going on over there? Thank you, the Velvet Army. All right. Just trying to watch. 22 seconds left. We're up 4. They fouled one of our players. Kind of pretty much needs to make both of them. Yeah, it's just Troll Central. That's all they do is show up. They hang out on Reddit. When's Greg going to start his show? You know. It's crazy. You know. Why does it seem like a waste of time, Caprice? Yeah. Why does it seem like a waste of time? You know, it's so much easier to visualize when you can actually be in the house and walking around. You know, I could literally make this a, where you could use it like a video game. Did you hear what Gray said? He's making it a video game. No, I said you could literally walk around in the scene if I had the time to do that. Like I could literally make it where you could hit the arrow keys and move forward, climb up some stairs, go around, do whatever you felt like doing. But I'm not going to do it. Oh, look at this idiot. What's going on? Is this just like troll night or something? Are these the people who weren't invited to people's homes for Thanksgiving and they're here just really upset? I guess we'll just kind of wait around until these people leave. See what happens. Well, hey, keep looking up. It's okay. I'm going to keep doing it too. How about that? I'm always going to keep doing it until they do things ethically. If they don't do it ethically and they steal other people's shit, I'm never going to say that. Okay? I just do my own thing every single day. You'll never see me steal somebody's work. It's never going to happen. Yeah, there's lots of trolls. It's turning into, this case is turning into Delphi again. Like the same wackos show up. Wow. Let's see. All right, you guys ready for this cold case? It's pretty interesting. And then we'll get into the related cases, but I thought I'd put this one out here because it's from, this one's from 1978. Never even heard of it, which is weird because I covered cases in the same area. And I'm actually wondering if Beitelman might be related to this one. All right, so co-ed feared victim of foul play. Cincinnati police and Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies investigating the disappearance of a 19-year-old. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta watch this. We're only up to. Oh, God, dang it! Like, why did they throw the ball to him? He might miss one of these. Oh my God, we were up like 8. Now it's 129, 127 with 13 seconds to go. With one of our free throw shooters, it's really shaky at the line. So I'm going to wait. I got to wait. Sorry, guys. I was watching the whole game, and it was supposed to be over at about 6:45, but there was so many foul calls, and everybody's making shots. Seriously, wait around D. What does that mean? Anybody that comes in and makes one sort of disparaging comment, just delete him immediately from the channel permanently. All right. So go ahead. If you don't want to be part of the channel ever again, just make a comment really quick. That's really negative, and we'll just say sayonara. Sayonara. Hey, you made both of them miraculously. Oh no. Yes. Oh. Oh man. This guy got a rebound, and it hit this guy in the face so hard it was incredible. Almost knocked him out, I'm sure. In all the years of seeing trolls spew nonsense in the live chats, I've never seen anyone shilling for Dog the Freaky Bounty Hunter. I don't know what that means. Well, that's a not what I was talking about. They're really negative. Gray, you'd have so many more subs if you were just an ass kisser. Well, you're right. I sure as hell would, and if I put out sensationalistic garbage, I would have the same. It'd be the same thing. I'm watching, what's the Blazers versus the Knicks. We're up 5 with 3 seconds. Don't even touch him, Watford. Get out of there. And the game's over. All right, we won. Thank you. Thank God. All right, Blazers beat the Knicks. Finally got off their losing streak that they just had. I'm not sure what that means, Samantha Lee. You're gonna have to I don't know what in the hell that even means. Anyways, there's this guy out there that everybody thinks is part of the case in the Idaho murders. This guy that shows up in various interviews and so forth. You know, just chill out with that crap, okay? Who knows what's going on there? Okay, it's amazing. I mean, I got like 9 emails. Hey, do you see this link? From the same person about a link. It's unreal. Yeah, I'll see you later, Mark. I'm going to hide you from, you're gone from the channel. Good luck, though. Your comment made it on the air in the show for like 10 seconds. Not even that, like 2. Yeah, and a dark oil. Okay, now I'm going to focus in on this. All right, well, we're all ready now. Cincinnati police and Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies investigating the disappearance of a 19-year-old University of Cincinnati freshman. See, that was a little. I was feeling like it was sort of had a little overlap thing. Say they suspect she'd been the victim of foul play. Cincinnati police homicide detectives have been working to try to trace the steps of Cheryl Thompson, who has been missing since Friday night. Miss Thompson, who lives at a UC dorm and works part-time for Dr. Howard F.C. Pfister in Mount Auburn, was supposed to meet her boyfriend at midnight Friday at Gatsby's Disco at 3225 Madison Road. And that is right here. This is in Cincinnati. And I'm sure that, just based on this, that's been there the whole time. It's been there for years. And it's probably something different now, but that is the building there. All right, and then police have refused to identify the boyfriend. The boyfriend told sheriff investigators he went looking for Miss Thompson when she didn't show up, and about 5:30 a.m. saw her car being driven by a man. This is just like, remember that one case where the girl was abducted at a telephone booth and the boyfriend showed up and chased the car, and then something happened to his vehicle that he couldn't keep chasing? But it was driven by a man, according to Chief Deputy Victor Corelli. The boyfriend told deputies he tried to follow her, but lost it, Corelli said. The chief deputy said the boyfriend found her locked car parked on Bach Street later Saturday. So let's see where Bach Street is. Wow, that's not far away at all. Yeah, so based on this diagram right here, there's Box Street, Ballard. There's Ballard. Okay, so her car was parked about right. Based on, if that's correct, the diagram here. Like right over here-ish. Yeah, so it's not far away at all from the disco, interestingly. It's almost like the person went somewhere else and then dropped it off back here. Because, I mean, how would you get your boyfriend's following and you don't find it? Corelli said Miss Thompson's disappearance was completely out of character and noted that the mysterious circumstances make it look like more than an ordinary missing person case. Both Corelli and Captain Raymond Turner, commander of Cincinnati Police Criminal Investigation Section, said they suspect Miss Thompson had been the victim of foul play. Both agencies are involved because it is unclear whether she is missing from the city or county, Turner said. She was reported missing to sheriff's deputies. Her car was found in the city. Miss Thompson is the daughter of William and Betty Thompson. During spring vacation at UC, she was staying at their apartment at 8312 Wooster Road. Yeah, so let's see. So she was staying right here at her parents' house. And her parents, this house isn't there anymore. But if you look at what I think it used to be a trailer park. If you go back in time to like 2000, see the different, like these look like trailers maybe, or they could just be cars, and this is an apartment complex. I don't really know. I mean, it's hard to tell. Yeah, it's probably just still the same apartment. This is back in 19. That's when it started looking. Well, it still looks like an apartment. So definitely seems like. I mean, a lot of people live there, and you can park. A lot of parking down here. So it sort of looked like a trailer park, but now that I look at it again, it's not. She's 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs about 95 pounds. She has blonde hair. She was wearing a black sweater with white stripes and blue jeans when she disappeared. Then in next article there. Detectives combing Oakland area. Cincinnati homicide and youth aid detectives combed a mile square area of Oakley today in an effort to find clues in the disappearance of Cheryl Thompson, 19, a University of Cincinnati freshman. Miss Thompson, who lived in a UC dorm, had been missing since Friday night. Her locked auto was found on Box Street in Oakley today. There has been no further trace of her. Sergeant Thomas of Young Homicide Bureau, Thomas Young of the Homicide Bureau, coordinated the search today. Police searched some wooded areas in Oakley, vacant buildings and vacant lots along a railroad. Along a railroad right-of-way and even covered swimming pools. Young said after the search is completed, police will begin a door-to-door canvass to see if residents can throw any light on their investigation. The girl was last seen at 10:30 p.m. Friday at the home of her parents. So she was at her parents' house at 8312 Wooster Pike in the eastern section of the county. She had planned to meet a boyfriend at Gatsby Disco at 3225 Madison Road. See, what's weird is she's at home at 10:30 and doesn't even make it to the bar. Or maybe she did make it to the bar and somebody abducted her in her own vehicle as she showed up to the bar. He told investigators he saw her auto being driven by a man at 5:30 a.m. Wow, so that's way after they were supposed to meet. And tried to follow it, but lost it. Later in the day, the car was found on Box Street. Lieutenant Dan Cash, head of the Homicide Bureau, said the boyfriend has been cleared of any suspicion in the case. Cash said the boyfriend took a polygraph test that bore out the truth of his statements. Police suspect foul play. Hey, thanks, Amber Maiden. Appreciate it. And let's see. Cincinnati police combed the Oakley area where, so right around in here, Bach and Cavers. So that must be right where her, let's see where that is. Hold on. That's probably where the car was found. Yeah, so that's right here. I wonder if those are them. Those houses right there. Kind of look like it. I mean, that looks almost identical. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Those are the same. These two are those two right there. Yeah, so that's 1978. It's always cool when they keep the homes there. Alright, so this is March 31st. She went missing on the 24th. Helicopter may be used to find the co-ed. 10-man police unit looking. Miss Thompson was last seen by her brother, Danny, 16, at 10:30 p.m. Friday when she left her parents' apartment at 8312. The boyfriend told police that when Miss Thompson failed to appear at the disco. So I wonder if she showed up, but somebody got into her car when she got there. And her boyfriend was maybe got there later or was already inside. He said he returned the car and moved it. Let's see. The boyfriend told police that when Miss Thompson failed to appear at the disco by midnight, he searched for her and found her locked car parked on Marburg Avenue. Huh. Okay, so Marburg. Where the hell's Marburg then? That doesn't sound like that's the same. Oh boy. Now right here, that's Marburg. Okay, then what does he say right after that? He said he went to the parents' apartment and picked up a second set of the girl's car keys from her brother. He said he returned the car and moved it to a legal parking space on Marburg. The boyfriend added he left Miss Thompson's car there and continued to search. He said he returned 2 hours later to find the car being driven away. Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. The killer probably, wow, man, that's just weird. So the boyfriend told police that when Miss Thompson failed to appear. Look how weird this is, you guys. For those who give a shit. I mean, the boyfriend told police that when Miss Thompson failed to appear at the disco by midnight, he searched for her and found her locked car on Marburg Avenue. Then he went to her parents' apartment and picked up a second set of the girl's car keys from her brother, right? So the killer, the person or who's ever responsible for being missing, has her car keys right now, right? So he went and got the car keys from her parents. He said he returned to the car and moved to a legal parking space on Marburg. The boyfriend added he left Miss Thompson's car there and continued to search for her. He said he returned 2 hours later to find the car being driven away by a man. The boyfriend said he gave chase but lost the car on Paxton Road near Hyde Park Plaza. Jesus, man, this is crazy. Let's see where that is. Paxton Road. Yeah, so like right around in here. Chase car here. Yeah, that's some weird. That's a. So her car wasn't on that road. It was over here. But did they later find it back here? Is that what? I don't know. I'll just leave it there. Police have refused to identify the boyfriend. Miss Thompson is 5'2", 95 pounds. Okay. And then we go to April 9th. Co-ed's body found near riverbank. So, you know, gets ominous. The partially clad body of a 19-year-old University of Cincinnati co-ed, missing for more than 2 weeks, was found Saturday in a secluded, brushy area near the bank of the Little Miami River in Loveland. Thanks, Zozo. Awesome. Those are from Betts. Of course, she makes she gets a break because it's the Aussie, you know, what do you call it? Money system. Evidence indicated the UC freshman may have been strangled and raped, Jordan said. An autopsy was being performed by the Hamilton County Coroner's Office late Saturday to determine the exact cause of death. Ms. Thompson lived in a campus dormitory but was on spring vacation and staying at her parents' apartment at 8312 Wooster Pike, Marymount, when she disappeared. A state game warden discovered Ms. Thompson's body while checking on fishermen, Jordan said. The body was down in an embankment from a ground. I think that's her right here. I mean, something right there. I don't know what we're looking at, but from a gravel berm on east side of the 260 block of East Kemper Road. Okay, let's go there. 260 East Kemper Road. And that should be near a river at that point. Wow, so she ended up way over here. Google Earth's struggling here. Okay. That's where her body was found, somewhere right around in there. Here, I'm gonna save what I got and then shut this down and open it back up again. It seems really sluggish. Huh? Come on, Google Earth. It's really not, there it is. Okay. This one's a weird one, isn't it? Are you kidding me? The boyfriend finds the vehicle, and then it was parked strangely, like as if somebody quickly took her out of the vehicle and put it into another vehicle, and he didn't have a key, so he went and got her extra key, went back, moved her car to a. I mean, that's just, you know what's weird is that just sounds so fishy, though, doesn't it? But I mean, it's not, though. That's the thing. It's really what happens. See, sometimes weird things actually happen in the true crime world. Okay, Susan. All right, thanks. Hey, but here's the thing, Susan. I'm doing the case, okay? So let's, you know, I'm not sure if you're aware of how I do cases here. All right, we don't talk about them while we're doing the case. Okay, thanks. You don't bring up. I mean, you don't. If you know the case, you don't talk about it in the chat and bring up stuff. I already know all the stuff. Okay, I'm just going over it because it ruins the story for everybody. All right, let me get back to here. So it's got to be some completely insane person who lost it, Miss Thompson. 16-year-old brother Danny said of his sister's killer. Someone who just doesn't know where his head's at, said Danny at his parents' Marymount apartment Saturday night. Yeah. Miss Thompson had been missing since March 24th. The 5'2" 95-pound blonde woman was last seen by Danny at 10:30 p.m. that day when she left her parents' apartment. She had planned to meet her boyfriend at Gatsby's Disco at 3225 Madison Road. The boyfriend, whom police have declined to identify, told authorities that when Miss Thompson didn't show up at midnight, he searched for her and found her locked car parked in a nearby street. He then went back to her parents' apartment, picked up a second set of keys from the brother, the boyfriend said, after he returned the car and moved it to a legal parking space. 2 hours later, when he returned to the car parking spot, the boyfriend said he saw it being driven away by a man. He gave chase but lost the car on Paxton Road. Police refused to speculate whether Miss Thompson's death may have been related to the slaying of 12-year-old Lisa Jansen. Her body was discovered Thursday morning along a northern Kentucky creek bed. Police said she had been shot to death. Friday, Kentucky State Police Friday issued a murder warrant specifying the death penalty against 31-year-old Eugene Gall of Hillsborough. All right, so anyways, we're moving to the 10th of April. Now, slain co-ed's body shows fresh bruises, so that part there is really ominous sounding, isn't it? University of Cincinnati freshman Cheryl Thompson, who had been missing since March 24th, may have been strangled only a few days before her partially clad body was found. Some investigators said they think death might have occurred about 3 days before the body was found. That is nuts. You know, so she was missing on March 24th, and you know, this is April 10th, so she might have been held as a captive somewhere. 3 days before the body was found, because bruises on the neck appeared to be fresh. But police said they have no new leads that would explain events leading to Miss Thompson's death. She was obviously transported. I mean, I don't know. It's almost like, yes, it feels like this, that she was about to go into the bar and was abducted by an individual and driven in her own car and either taken somewhere and held and tied up. Then the person, and it must not be, well, I don't know, it's weird. He may have used her car to drive to his car and put her in his car and then went somewhere else and then later drove back. I mean, what's really weird is, why did he go back and get into her car again? I mean, it's just, he had her car keys, so why did he go back to get into her car? It's really bizarre, right? But police said they have no new leads. Some police officers remain skeptical about the possibility that death occurred more than a week later. Yeah, I mean, definitely might not have been that. Law enforcement officials from Loveland, Hamilton County, and Kentucky were to meet late this afternoon to review facts in the case. Let's see. Miss Thompson's body was found Saturday morning. So that would have been on the 9th, 8th, 7th. Miss Thompson's body was found Saturday morning in Loveland on the bank of the Little Miami River. She had been missing since March 24th when she failed to show up at Oakley Discotheque where she was supposed to meet her boyfriend. Loveland Police Chief Robert Jordan said Miss Thompson's body was identified through dental charts. She apparently was strangled. The body was discovered by Mike Serio of Ohio State Game Warden, who was in the area checking licenses of fishermen. I was checking along the riverbank for the owners of 2 cars parked along the road when I saw a lady's foot. Chief Jordan said the girl's clothing was in disarray. She was wearing shoes, socks, and a pearl ring. Shoes, socks. Chief Jordan said the girl's clothing was in disarray. She was wearing shoes, socks, and a pearl ring. Well, does that mean that's all she had on? I mean, Miss Thompson lived at Helen Siddell Hall on UC campus, but has been staying with her parents. She was last seen alive at 10:30 p.m. March 24th by her brother, Danny Thompson. When she failed to appear at the bar, the boyfriend searched the area for the car. Yeah, we've gone through that. And this is just absolutely crazy at the time. It's weird that I haven't heard of this one. And then in 1985, there's an individual in the Cincinnati area named Ralph Howell. And it says right here, killed in the northern Kentucky Reck about 11:30 p.m. Friday was Ralph Howell, 35, of 317 Western Avenue, Covington. He was pronounced dead on arrival at St. Elizabeth Medical Center South. His wife, Beverly, I even looked him up on Ancestry.com, made sure that was the same guy, 33, suffered head injuries and was in stable condition at the hospital Saturday. After Howell's car hydroplaned on southbound I-75 near Interstate 275 and was struck by a tractor-trailer, the out-of-control truck loaded with 40 tons of steel mill rollers drove across the median and hit the compact car and a truck in the northbound lanes. Yeah, hopefully it just squished him. You know, that would be... All right, so I brought that up because this is what the police just put out. Today, Hamilton County Prosecutor Joseph T. Dieters, and that's not today, this is from, what do I got? This is from the 17th. Howell was killed, let's see. Dieters announced the indictment of Ralph Howell, date of birth 1/16/1950, for the rape and murder of Cheryl Thompson in 1978. Howell was killed in an automobile accident in 1985, so that's how I was able to find it. It was really difficult. Howell was posthumously indicted for 1 count of aggravated murder and 1 count of rape. On March 24, 1978, Cheryl Thompson went missing after leaving her home to meet her boyfriend at a bar in Oakley. On April 8, 1978, Thompson's body was discovered along the bank of the Little Miami River by an Ohio Department of Natural Resource officer. And then Thompson's cause of death was asphyxia caused by strangulation. It was also determined Thompson had been raped. Hey, thank you, Paul K. Thanks for the support. Yeah. I will admit that when I started the show, I came in like a wrecking ball. I won't try to sing it. Anyways, on March 24, 1978, Cheryl Thompson went missing after leaving her home to meet her boyfriend. Physical evidence was collected from Thompson's body and stored at the Hamilton County Coroner's Office. However, due to the forensic limitations of the time, the investigation quickly went cold. Loveland police officers and agents of the Bureau of Criminal Investigation never stopped investigating. This year, the DNA sample taken from Thompson's body was sent to a third-party genealogy company in hopes of developing a suspect. The results narrowed the DNA sample to a specific family tree. Ralph Howell was included in these results. Further investigation showed Howell was arrested in 1983 for abduction. I didn't find that one. In that incident, Howell picked a woman up on the side of the road and offered to drive her home. Once in the vehicle, Howell placed a rope around the victim's neck and began to strangle her. He told her he wanted to have sex with her. The victim was able to fight Howell off and escape from the vehicle. When investigators discovered this case, they contacted family members of Howell who submitted DNA samples. Those family members were excluded as suspects in Thompson's murder. However, test results indicated the suspect was a close family relative. Based on this, Loveland Police, BCI, the Hamilton County Coroner's Office, and the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office exhumed the body of Ralph Howell to obtain a DNA sample. Further testing confirmed Howell's DNA matched the DNA found on Thompson's body. Around the time of Thompson's murder, there were several other cases with similar facts. Based on this new evidence and Howell's same and similar pattern of behavior, it is believed that Ralph Howell had more victims. Anyone with information relating to Ralph Howell or the following unsolved homicides, we have to cover these ones now. This is crazy. Is asked to contact the Bureau of Criminal Investigators at 855-224-6446. One of them is Charmaine Stola, 17 years old. Ms. Stola was last seen at 10 a.m. on February 24th, 1978, which is the same year here, and it's only a couple weeks before, really. That's wild. 1208 Dewey Avenue, Cincinnati. Her body was found at 3 p.m. on March 12th, 1978, off Cold Colleran Pike. She had been strangled and raped. Nancy Ann Theobald, 18 years old. Miss Theobald was last seen at 10:30, which is ironic. This is so weird. That's the same time frame as the other one, as the case that we're covering here. Theobald had last been at 10:30 on November 16, 1977, so just 4 months before that, leaving her place of employment, Arby's Restaurant in Clifton. Her body was found at 2 p.m. on December 26, 1977, on Beckett Road in Butler County. She had been strangled and raped. Victoria Hincher. Miss Hincher was last seen alive, leaving her home at 5:30 on October 20th, 1976. Her body was found at 4:35 p.m. on October 31st, 1976, on New London Road in Butler. Howell was employed as a delivery driver for Cincinnati Enquirer and an over-the-road truck driver. Oh boy. This guy might be a horrendous serial killer here. This guy, wow. Unbelievable. She had been strangled and raped. Howell was employed as a delivery driver for Cincinnati Enquirer and an over-the-road truck driver. His possible victims are not necessarily limited to this geographic region. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Peters commented, "The tireless work of the Loveland Police Department and the BCI should be commended. They never stopped searching for Cheryl Thompson's killer, and now, over 40 years later, Cheryl's family has closure. I have prosecuted multiple serial killers in my time as prosecutor. My office firmly believes he is another one. If you have information about Ralph Howell or similar unsolved homicides, please call BCI." Well, that might be an interesting thing to look at, right? You got that. And then
Cheryl Thompson. In 1978, she was a 19-year-old University of Cincinnati student.
Cheryl was a young woman at the time, had a whole life in front of her, and never had an opportunity to live it.
Thompson was murdered that year. Her body...
Somehow somebody, you guys, calm down with the, hold your phone a little differently or something. Lillian actually you got hidden for a minute, but now you're back in there. But let's just you've done that a few times there, Shogun, but let's try to be a little bit more careful.
Body discovered by the banks of the Little Miami River in Loveland.
She was abducted, raped, and strangled.
At the time, DNA was collected from Thompson's body. It was kept all these years. Loveland police and BCI agents never gave up.
And we couldn't have done this without science.
And recently, through an ancestry database, investigators connected the DNA to a local family. 3 men in that family were not a match.
However, they related that they had a brother who was killed in a car wreck in the 80s, Ralph Howell.
Dieter's had Howell's body
Yeah, but I like this part.
exhumed.
That is his jawbone.
He wants to make sure that took his jawbone. You know what I mean?
That was removed in the exhumation.
Yeah, that's right.
DNA was recovered from that jawbone, and Ralph Howell was the origin of the semen on Cheryl Thompson.
This investigation doesn't end there.
There is no doubt in our mind that Ralph Howell was a serial killer.
Between 1976 and 1970,
You didn't leave me thinking, wow, are they sure? They know he's a serial killer. There's no doubt. As a matter of fact, it's fortunate that he died.
these 3 women were also raped and strangled. 17-year-old Charmaine Stalla's body was discovered off Old Coleraine Pond.
He was only 35 when he died. Okay, so I mean, these guys kill up until late 40s, early 50s. You know.
Mike, 18-year-old Nancy Ann Theobald was found dead off Beckett Road in Westchester. Also in Butler County, the body of 24-year-old Victoria Hincher was discovered on New London Road. No DNA was collected from these victims, but
It's the same MO he was using. I mean, he's abducting, raping, and strangling these girls.
And in 1983, Howell was arrested for abduction. In that incident, Dieter says Howell offered to drive a woman home, put a rope around her neck, and began to strangle her. She escaped. At the time, Howell was a delivery driver for the Cincinnati Enquirer, and Dieter says because of that, the victim thought maybe he could be trusted. Dieter says more victims could be out there.
Karen Johnson live here in the studio.
Crazy. I think I have a... I don't know. Let me go back to where they show a picture of him. Where is that? Yeah, right there. Let me see if this could be him. Oops. Yeah. Huh. Somehow I don't have the picture. I had a picture. This is her right here. But I had a picture of him from high school. I just wanted to see if it was the same person, but I don't know. Forget it. Here's his grave. You know, they dug that sucker up. There he, yep. So that must be him right there. That was the picture that I found. He looked sort of normal there. I don't know, but ish. So that's the one that was on Ancestry. So apparently that's him. And you can kind of tell by the eyebrows in there, but his hair got a lot longer. Mustache. You know, looks totally different really, but... Dad. Unbelievable. Anyways, so good job. They, after all those years, see, that's why I always tell people there's these killers out there because of DNA that are walking around, you know, crapping their pants. Okay. Yeah. So if everybody could hit that like button, that'd be great. Also, if you want to help support the channel, become a channel member or super chats or PayPal. That's the only income that there is on this channel is from people. There is no The ad revenue is ridiculous. It's when you do, you can ask any live streamer. When the show's over, and nobody watches really the next day or 2 days later live streams unless it's something really monumental. It takes them a day or two to approve it for ad revenue, and that doesn't generally happen. So, yes, I rely on all the freaks and the generosity of all of you to support the channel, and thus that allows me from the income to, do what we're doing. We have 20,000 in a DNA fund still. We've already spent 20 something out of it. And some of the cases are moving. Which one is it? I think the cigarette butt one is moving forward now. That's an actual criminal case it's really a lead generator where there was a cigarette butt at a scene that doesn't belong to the victims or any known person that they have. So we'll see what that does. I don't know who K is. Who? I don't know what that means, K. I'm not sure what you're talking about. It's LMM, not K. Yeah, because we've gotten in a mode already in the last 30 minutes that it's... Let's see, another murder. Okay, we're going to switch over now to the other cases that might be related. Probably not, but people are talking about them as if they're related. I'm going to make it so just channel members can chat in here. Seems like it'd be a bit much more focused conversation. No, we can't. Maybe they can, but we don't know the stab wounds AM. So when you type something like that in, what are you trying to get out of it? Can you find the height of the killer by stabs entering points? Yeah, they can generally tell sometimes, but we don't know the stab wounds, so no, we can't figure that out. Jessica Shoebox, she said, hey, Kay, I'm just going to put you on timeout, and when you feel like you can just come here and start talking about the case, you can come back in, okay? But if you come back in and you make one more comment about some other feeling of slighted, you got slighted or anything like that, I'm going to block you from the channel, okay? That's what's going to happen. If you don't come back and just immediately start talking about the case and joining in, I don't have time for people like you. See?
Say, Gray, you're so mean.
Oh, you know what? I'm putting myself in prison. And I'm going to be in here for a long time. It's going to take a lot to get me bailed out of here, because this has been an absolute nightmare show with the chat. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to throw you guys into it. Where is that? Yeah, where is that? Yeah, there you go. So you guys are in chat. First you got to get yourselves out, and we're just going to sit here and stare blankly at the screen for a long time. We don't know AM motivation. We don't know about any of the stab wounds. We don't know if there was a victim outside one of the rooms either. That's just you saying it. All right, the chat's is buried in the chat too. Thanks, CalGal3. That'll make some headway there. Other than that, we are stuck. Alley Cake got me some ramen. We put that over there. But that, but here's the thing, everybody. That last case that we just covered while I'm sitting here in prison, didn't you think, like, I bet some of you thought, wow, the boyfriend, man, he went and got that key and everything. But the weird part is we had absolutely nothing to do with it. It was real. Like, what he was doing was real stuff. Those weird movements. So sometimes when we assume stuff, sort of like in this case, the phone calls and everything that seemed to make sense. The phone calls that that Kaylee and Madison made to Kaylee's boyfriend at around 2:26 seemed like there was something to that. But maybe there isn't. Hey, thanks Colleen Dahman, Moofies, Kitty Cronister, Patty G007RN. Is that like G? Let's see. And Hillbilly Uncensored. Thank you. But come on. Who thought that maybe the boyfriend was involved in that case early on? It's okay, too, because I think I would have thought that a little bit. I would have thought that is so suspicious if I had just read it cold and that was just a random cold case that we would be covering. And it turns out that his story was completely true, every single bit of it. So thank you, Hillbilly Uncensored, County Dog Lady. So now I think that gets out the... You guys are out of prison now. I'll be out of here too. I just got to put these all in there. Thanks, Jonesy, Zozo, Eugenie. But come on, you got to admit, like it. That's one of those cases where you got to look back in your own mind sometime. Whoa! What in the heck? Just stop and you're in jail. Celebrating me and hubby 33. Wow, 33 years, man. Anyways, hey, thank you so much. But congratulations, 33 years. That's crazy. You must have got married when you were 17. Well, I'm definitely out of prison now. I just got a hotel, a flight to Hawaii. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, a 20, see? Look at that. She's been married for 33 years, and she's way younger than I am. That's pretty wild, if you think about it. Yeah. Thanks, LM Sparks. Are you, like, related to LMM? Because she used to be called LM. So if you were then LM Sparks, I was wondering if you were like Sparks of LM. That'd have been weird. Anyways, thank you guys very much for bailing me out of the prison and supporting the channel. Despite the weird-ass freaks that show up in here. And those are the weird freaks. I'm not even sure I would call them freaks. The trolls. I've been married for 8 now, I think. I think 2014, I believe. Hey, you like that? All right, so let's do the... Here we go. Authorities have identified a man who was killed in a stabbing in Marion County. I'm going back in time for this. So instead of just seeing the new articles, ooh, you get to see how it was when, this was going on. The new articles never get into the details. They just sort of talk about like, oh yeah, wow, so something happened here and blah, 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 blah. Maybe there's more in these. Okay, so this is from August 15th, 2021. Authorities have identified a man who was killed in a stabbing in Marion County. Travis Richard Juton, 26, was stabbed and killed last Friday In the early morning hours, according to the Marion County Sheriff's Office, he was pronounced deceased at the scene. Juten's wife, Jamelin Rebecca Juten, 24, is in stable condition and recovering in a local hospital. The surviving victim and next of kin have been notified. A stabbing was reported at a residence in the rural area of Hazel Green Road near... This is in Oregon, so let's see. I'm going to put... Yep. See, I found this the other day. I'm just wondering if I saved the... Yeah, tried. It was like right around here, I think. Yeah, there it was. Did I put this pin the other day? Yeah, there it is. Okay. I'm going to move this down into the same folder that I'm in. So there you go. I think it was at this house right here. And there is a street view here. Authorities have not provided any suspect information at this time. Detectives wish to speak with anyone who was in the area around the time of the stabbing. An anonymous tip can be submitted at tip MCSO, or you can call 503-588-5032. Is this?
Region. Air quality continues to be a problem
okay.
across.
All right, so that was the... I'm going to move on to the second article on it. So this is an article from September 2nd, 2021. And it says, a masked intruder broke into a couple's home in the early morning hours of August 13th, killing Travis Juten and stabbing his wife, Jamelin, 19 times before another person in the home heard the commotion and called 911. I mean, it is kind of strange how there's another person alive. They're the ones that called 911, and then the couple here was stabbed. And, maybe, I don't know how many times he was stabbed, but she was stabbed 19 times. She just happened to live. An Oregon husband died trying to save his wife's life after an unknown assailant broke into the couple's home in the middle of the night and began to attack them. The Marion County Sheriff's Office said authorities were called to the couple's home around 3 a.m. on Friday, August 13th, and discovered 26-year-old Travis Richard Juten dead, according to a statement. His wife, 24-year-old Jamelin, had been stabbed multiple times and was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The couple's close friend, Elaine Leon, told local station KOIN that a masked man had broken into the Juten bedroom the day before the couple had planned to take a long-awaited trip to Hawaii. Travis tried to defend his wife but lost his life in the process. He saved her life, Leon said. He protected her from the attacker. A house guest who had planned to watch the couple's cat while they were away woke up. So they were going to go to Hawaii, I guess. And then this person was staying overnight and was going to take care of their cat while they were in Hawaii, and woke up and heard the noise. God, man, how similar is that, right? But in the Idaho case, they didn't call or anything at that time. They just thought it was, that's the problem. It's almost like the boy who cried wolf, there's party. How do you really know something's not a party? She's in the hospital. She was stabbed 19 times, and her hand was... She's really into pottery, and I'm worried about her ability to do that. One of her hands, the muscle was severed. They are hoping to be able to reconnect it. The sheriff's office said, so those are defensive wounds. Jamelin is in stable condition. Man, how do you get stabbed 19 times and be in stable condition? I mean, that's just pure luck. Myra Juten, who identified herself as Travis's mother, on the sheriff's office social media post about the slaying, said her family was devastated beyond belief. He was the most amazing son you could have asked for, with a kind, gentle spirit, she wrote. Just like me, you guys. I mean, I have a I think my spirit is like that, but sometimes it doesn't come out on here. He is no way deserved this. As a mother, I am pleading to anyone that has any information to contact the tip line. Our hearts can't hurt anymore. Please help us find this monster. Our family is grieving the loss of our son, nephew, brother, friend, Travis Juten, age 26. All right, I'm going to move on to the next article here. And then this is 11/21 of this year. So, now people are wondering if they're connected. On August 13th, 2021, around 3 a.m., 26-year-old husband Travis Richard Juten and his wife Jamelin were stabbed multiple times in a circumstance like the Idaho murders, where the assailant entered the home and stabbed the victims. The murder of 4 University of Idaho students early in the morning on November 13th while they were sleeping, according to authorities in Moscow, Idaho, has striking similarities to an attack of a sleeping couple from Marion County. I mean, is the knife similar? Or, the thing is yes, they were sleeping. There is nothing stolen. It seems like the purpose was to kill. And, they're stabbed. So, those are 3 similarities. Is it an MO of a serial killer? Or is it just some other person killing for another reason? According to the Idaho Tribune, and on August 13, 2021, around 3 a.m., 26-year-old husband Travis Richard Juten and his wife Jamelin Rebecca Juten were stabbed multiple times in a circumstance like the Idaho murders. Moscow, Idaho, and Marion County, Oregon are within relative proximity to each other, or about 8 or 9 hour drive. Both murders are unsolved. 8 or 9 hour drive to me isn't close proximity, okay? Both murders are unsolved, and internet detectives have been noting the similarities, such as the attacks happening in the early morning, happening in rural areas. Well, do you really think that the Idaho 4 were rural areas? I mean, is anybody really going to claim that? I mean, put a 1 if you really think that that's a similarity. That's a ridiculous similarity. There's no ruralness about the Idaho slang. That's stupid. And taking place while the victims were asleep. Yeah, that's true. According to the Idaho Tribune, striking similarities in both incidents have sparked the curiosity of online sleuths, such as both incidents taking place in rural areas, you just said that, incidents taking place in the early morning hours. Authorities have not reported forced entry in either case. Further, the copious stab wounds have raised questions, but we don't know how many stab wounds were in the Idaho 4 case. I have no idea. Yeah. Kaylee was concerned about a stalker at one point. Mom of slain Oregon man Travis Juten speaks out after cops eye link. So let's see what they say.
Is likely a young man and someone who has not carried out such violent crimes before. This is what he says. This is probably more of a Clemente. He's a retired FBI supervisory special agent and criminal behavioral analysis expert. He tells Fox that he believes that the suspect is likely a young man and someone who has not carried out such violent crimes before. This is what he says. This is probably more of a compulsive kind of person that would put him at a younger age and maybe in the age group or just above the victims. Going into an occupied dwelling with 6 people in different rooms in the middle of the night is an extremely high-risk crime. Unless he knows one or more of the people, this offender did not just randomly choose this location. This is a personal crime. The coroner says that it most likely was the same weapon, the same knife that was used to stab all 4 victims. But when you investigate a crime scene like this and it's a knife that's being used as the weapon of choice, this is a front-face interaction. This is a personal crime. What do you make of his analysis of the description of a potential suspect?
Probably Zozo, but we don't know, right? We're the
This is not a crime
public.
that can be committed in, a minute or two, like if there was a firearm.
You always
This is
ask
something
questions
where
that
the
have no
killer or
chance of
killers,
having
we
an
can't rule
answer.
out the fact that there may be more than one, but you've got the person in there for an extended period of time because
You know
they've
what
got
I'm
to
saying?
kill and fight with potentially not one person but 4, and they might be in different parts of the house. So there's lots
They know
of
a lot more than we
information
do.
that was left behind. And by
I see. I want to answer for all 5 of them. If law enforcement can work together and solve both cases, that would be the best Christmas present ever. The grieving mom made her comments a day after Moscow police chief. That's what it said. The mother of an Oregon man who was fatally stabbed said she's hopeful the case will finally be solved after police said they are looking into its possible ties. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So the police are looking into it as possible tie. I think there's one more here. So this is another article. These are all links are in the description if you want to read through them all. Police investigating link between stabbing murders in Idaho and Salem. Police in Idaho said they are investigating connection between the November 13th fatal stabbing of 4 University of Idaho students and the 2021 stabbing death of a man and injuries to a woman that happened at home between Salem and Silverton. You know what they need to have is a rapid FGG ability. Like if you can find DNA at the scene that definitely is the suspects, you need to be able to, like in a day, sequence the DNA, get it sequenced, get it, have your shit set up where you can get the sequence, immediately get bioinformatics to upload it to GEDmatch, and then get 2 or 3 crackpot genealogists on that sucker, and in 3 days you could probably get an answer. Doesn't that make sense these days instead of just trying to do it too traditionally all the time? I mean, just get going. At least that'll get you a lead that's probably going to go directly to the killer, right? Yeah, and just just crack. Yeah, that's right. Don't want them too stoned and on crack at the same time. How long does see? Yeah, crackpot's like negative. I think I meant like what was it? Crackerjack? Ah, shit. I don't even know the term. Let's see. You can get in and crackpot's a dummy. Oh, that person's a crackpot. Yeah, that's probably about the opposite of what I meant, but you know what I'm saying. Kick-ass forensic genetic genealogist. Get maybe like Misty Gillis in there. Yeah, so if you want to see where I'm at now, just a quick little glance. This is how much I have. What's weird is the roof goes like at an angle like this. But I don't know if it shows inside. Like, I don't think the ceilings are vaulted or anything like that. So it goes like this, but then this level drops where the floor is over here. So I got crap I got to work out here. I don't know. I think I might have it at the right level there, though. So you come out of here, and then it starts at the bottom of that. Basically, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you're inside the house, you could go all the way through it. I even have the stairs coming up right there. That's where you enter the home. come up the stairs. I think this is the bedroom that Xana and Ethan were in. Then the killer comes out, walks through, goes down this little step here. There's one step down, and then there's stairs here that lead up to the next floor. I haven't done that part yet. But I'm going to just, once I have the basic room set up, I'll do my first animation through so you can see what's going on. So basically after I get done with this one, so it looks like this, that's when I put the rest of the floor on it. So there's stairs right here that lead up to the third floor, and that's the one that goes like that, but there's a roof, a roof that goes like, it's got an angle to it, but I can't see it on the ceiling or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, most of the pictures look pretty good, you know, when you look through the camera and you compare it to what the images on Zillow look like, you know. And so right here, just for your perception, this is where the blood was coming out right there, because it's actually like dirt goes up right in this area. It's on the side of a hill, so the blood was coming out right there. And so that's their room right here, where Xana and Ethan were in. And if the blood's over there, it's hard to really know, but maybe the bed was, you know, you have a door there, so likely the bed is in the corner over here. That's where I would put it. You know, when you come into a door, maybe you put a desk over here to sit at, and the bed's over here. And then, you know, then the blood dripped down off onto the floor and then outside through the floorboards, just how, same way a spider would come in, and then the blood comes down and outside the house right there. Yeah, I do. I think they were up against the wall there. But doesn't this make it a lot easier? I wonder if we could just do a quick, let me hide this area really quick. Oops. Now we could just almost do it where you go into the door. Hold on. Let me I'm trying to figure out how to just hide this stuff. Oh, there we go. Boom. That worked. Awesome. So here we go. How about this? We'll just do a quick animation here and you can watch it. We'll just make one. There's actually another person they're looking at apparently too, as a possibly connected case. I don't know. We'll look at it here in a minute. But let's do this. All right. So here we are. I'm going to save this as a different version. Version 8. Hey, thanks Jessica Schubach. The legend. And it's not even in her own mind. Not that it's even in her mind. There you go, Gray. Woo! Lizard eyes. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to turn on the... that's not what I wanted. Auto key. Here we go. Open up this one. We start at 0, and then 50 seconds later, the door opens up. Boom. Just like that. Then, the camera comes in, I'll put a keyframe. Where the hell was it? Right there. Door opens up. I'll keep it still. A keyframe. Right in this area. Have it go into the house. How about here we rotate it a little bit? Yeah. Then maybe we right around in here go forward a little bit. Then turn. Just to kind of see what it'll look like. Like that. Hey, there you go. See? You know what I could do is make this camera where it's wider angle like that. There you go. So it's going to be really distorted shit, but there it opens up. You can see it. And right at this point, we'll move it back over. Have them slide. Does that work? Yeah. Okay, here we go. We're going to go up the stairs now. Now it's like right on the floor. Let me make that better. Ah, shit. Alright, now I unhide the rest of this. There we go. Oops. I mean, I could make this way more smooth and that kind of thing. Hey, thanks, Ali79. Yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much just, let's just watch that part. The camera's kind of tilted, so forget that part, but anyways. Yeah, it looks like I gotta widen the steps to hide that little spot over there. There you go, that's the room right there. Not crazy or what? I don't know why the walls are like that. Darn it. Gonna have to fix that somehow. So this is how it looks when they go in there. There's that room and the one behind him. But here's the stairs. So, I mean, if you went in this door, that's how you might do it. And then this is Ethan and Zaina were in this room. Probably in a bed right there. Crazy, huh? So that's that simple. Like, it's a lot easier to perceive it. This is outside, door opening. That's the, you know, downstairs where the 2 bedrooms are. One bedroom is right to the right there. Then there's one over there, but the person might have just came in and went straight up the stairs, and then you just take a right, and boom, it's right here. And then to get the other room, you go through this door. Yeah, so you step down right there, and then there's stairs right over here that go up. So, to the 3rd floor. So I guess I would have to do that one later. The house is pretty weird. Yeah, it's like I just kind of just put it together. Yeah. So, anyways, still working on it. I like to try to make it look somewhat real-ish. So I gotta put the, you know, the hardwood floors in there, and I don't know if I'm gonna spend a lot of time on other stuff, you know. But you know, maybe over time if things drag out. Yeah, so it looks like the police are definitely kind of checking out the comparison there. Well, thanks, Allie. Appreciate it. All right, then there's this lady named Sandra Ladd here. So let's see what's going on with this one. Cash reward offered for information about Washougal grandmother's death.
Washougal's, you know, still a very, very small town.
This is October 21st,
these kind of
2020.
things just don't really happen here.
The sort of thing Lester Brown is talking about is the murder of his longtime colleague and friend, Sandra Ladd.
Her passing was just a really huge shock to all of us who knew her.
The 71-year-old Ladd was found dead inside her home on 41st Street in Washougal back in mid-June. Detectives haven't said much other than she died of homicidal violence.
Just kind of the random...
I didn't say it wasn't likely the sliding door. I just made a video of it going into the front door to go up the stairs to show you guys. Okay, just... Isn't it obvious that I was just showing you that? I haven't even built the 3rd floor yet to make it so if you go through the sliding door, you would go up to the... I don't even have the sliding doors put in yet. People are just... God, it makes me want to vomit.
Of it doesn't really match, you know, kind of what we thought of
Hey, thanks, Bama, for
Ladd worked for the Washougal School District for more than 25 years. She wore many hats, including elementary school secretary and administrative assistant to the superintendent.
She was very dedicated to her work. She really was a very, very hard worker. She worked a lot of late nights.
As dependable as she was at work, Brown says she was even more so at home.
She worked super hard to provide for her kids and to make sure that they got all the opportunities and education that they were able to pursue.
Brown says Ladd's death has taken a toll on her children and grandchildren.
It's just hard to imagine that something like this could have happened to her.
Even more difficult to imagine, the case going unsolved, as it has up until this point. No doubt unsettling for the small town of Washougal.
It's just a really dark cloud, and it would be, I think it would bring closure for a lot of people if they knew that the person who did this to her had been, dealt with.
All right, Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $2,500 for information that leads to an arrest in this case. Remember, tips can remain anonymous. Needless to say, Sandra Ladd's family and friends would really appreciate the help.
The Washougal Police Department released the name of the woman found deceased in her home. Emergency responders from Washougal Fire Department and Washougal Police Department were dispatched shortly after 4:30 p.m. to the 900 block of 41st Street. So I think I have her in here. There it is. Sandra Ladd. Hey, thanks, Lisa Wilkerson. Oh, man. What? You don't think it's the sliding door? Yeah, did you see me just make a video where I had the person go in the front door and upstairs, and I said they could have gone in a different way, but this is all I've got right now. And then you say, so you don't think he went through the sliding door, Jay? You know, it's just... Can you use your brains a little bit, everybody? I mean, I don't know what the deal is here, okay? Now that'll be.
Did you hear how mean Gray is to his subs?
No, I don't care. Here's the thing, everybody. If you're a sub and you can't hear and listen, then don't be one. Go do something else. All right, go do something else. Anyways, here's the house right here. So this is her house at the time. We know where the freaking sliding doors are. Sliding doors are on back order. That's right. It's going to take me a while to get them. Yeah, I'd shake my head too, Casey. If you had to deal with the crap that I have to deal with, just absolute brain dead people, 24/7. Now, thankfully, most people that watch this channel aren't brain dead, but that'd make for a real tough night. Yeah, I think almost every stabbing is personal, I mean, serial killers sometimes stab people, and it's personal to them. And some people, that's most stabbings are personal, but some people, that's what they have as a weapon. Oh boy, do we have... the literal. Here we go with the trolls again. No, it's called Every Night of the Month, M.M. Morgan. It's people like you that just, wow. Let's see. The medical examiner determined Ladd died of stab wounds. So there we go. Here we go. So she died in her home in the 1900 block of 41st Street in Washougal, Washington. The medical examiner determined Ladd died of stab wounds to her torso. The manner of death was listed as a homicide. No arrests have been made, and investigators do not believe there is a danger to the public because they think she was the target, right? The Washougal Police Department and Clark County Major Crimes Unit are actively investigating and do not plan to release further details. Investigators need help solving Washougal homicide. That's right. You guys, I have these. By the way, everybody, if you're new here, I have these. And for those of you who don't mind the way I am, can you hit the like button for me? Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, hit that like button, 10, 20, it's so easy to hit the like button, just hit the damn thing, if you could just hit it, please, 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 oh, forget it, never mind, don't hit it. Alright, here we go. So these are the voices of Grady Judd, okay? And these are all appropriate for a lot of the people that show up to my channel. Great, just make it welcoming for everybody. Look at, I am welcoming for everybody, except if you're really dumb. All right, so if you believe that Sandy Hook is fake, don't subscribe here. If you believe the Earth is flat, don't subscribe here. If you believe that we never landed on the moon, don't subscribe here. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, that's good, Morgan. Okay, good. No problem. All right, so here we go. So these are just for you guys. Listen, here we go.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
All right, and this one.
Did you hear what I said?
And this one.
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
Especially that one. And this one.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
And this one.
You know, that's just one step above stupid.
But my favorite one that doesn't have anything like that in it is this one.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Oh man, could you imagine if mosquitoes were the size of bald eagles? And so here's the thing, everybody, when I'm saying, God, there's a lot of idiots that watch these. They say this. Don't go, God, Gray, you're so mean to me. Well, how about this? Don't assume you were one of them. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's weird that you assumed that you were the dummy. I mean, you know, think of yourself a little higher than that. No, I don't, Casey. I think people who think the families involved in the Delphi case are absolute morons. Okay, every one of them. What am I saying that's setting off your echo? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Alexa! Oh, there we go. It set them off in everybody's house. You know what would suck is to have a kid named Alexa. You know? And he owned one of those Amazon Echo bullshit. I mean, we have one of those. And every time you call their name, that sucker turns on. They should make it so that you can program it to whatever you want. I mean, why'd they choose that name? There are many, many Alexas out there. Why not call it Ooglag? That way, there's no chance that somebody else will have that name. So you go, Ooglag. Can you tell me what the weather's like tomorrow? And it'll say, sure, thank you. You know, but when we sit here and have to say Alexa, which is really common, why did they choose that name? We need to have one that's just not said very often. Maybe something like, Clem would have actually been better, wouldn't it? Who the hell would name their kid Clem these days? So I think they just said, Clem, can you tell me what the weather is tomorrow? Right? Yes, you could have used Clem. I like that name very much. Well, of course you like that name, Clem, because it's your name. I know it's my name. That's why I like it. I just said that's why you... Oh, forget it, Clem. I can't talk to you. Wow. Clem, you sound like some of the people watching, where you say something, and within 10 seconds, you say something that is contradictory or is exactly what I just said. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Siri's kind of the same. Are you serious? Yes. What was the weather today? No, I said serious, not Cirrus. Or Siri. Are you Siri? Oh, God. I'm going crazy over here. Now, so who did what? All right. Investigators need help solving Washougal homicide. Welcome, Brenda Ivy. The Washougal Police Department is asking for the public's help to solve a homicide there from this summer. Police are working with Crime Stoppers of Oregon to investigate the death of Sandra Ladd, 71, who was found in her residence on June 14th. Emergency responders found Ladd dead shortly after 4:30 p.m. in her home on the 1900 block of 41st Street. The Clark County Medical Examiner determined that Ladd died of stab wounds to the torso. According to the police department, the medical examiner listed her manner of death as a homicide. God, what if it was like, you know, you kill the old lady because that was easy for you first, then you go kill this other couple out in a rural area, then you get more brazen and you get to attack the people that you really wanted. And those first two were just practice, like to see how to do it, and then graduates to, I mean, that's how you could look at something like this. I don't know if they're actually, I'm in a good mood. Wow, it's amazing. Ladd worked at Burgerville in East Vancouver from 1996 until early this year. Wow. When the company furloughed employees due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Ladd's other career, working as an administrative assistant as a receptionist. Man, don't you guys love that sauce at Burgerville that they put on those burgers? That it's mustard. I know what it is. It's certain parts of mustard, mayonnaise, and hamburger relish. School district lasted from 1987 until 2015. During that time, she worked at Cape Horn Sky Elementary School. After leaving Washougal schools, she continued to work at Burgerville in East Vancouver. Sounds like just a really cool little, like a lady, you know, like, yeah, she retired, probably had good benefits, but wanted to still be doing something. After leaving Washougal schools, she continued to work at Burgerville in East Vancouver and loved running into former colleagues, students, and friends. Washougal School District Superintendent Mary Templeton told the newspaper she cared deeply for those she served and worked with. Sandy's work made a difference in the lives of others. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 503-823-4357. Welcome, Rocky Rocks. Hey, here's where it's cat eyes. I was about to say, hey, I used to have a dog named Rocky. But see, that's, then you're going to go, oh, what are you calling me a dog? You know. But listen, okay, let me show you, okay, so that you realize what I'm talking about. This dog right here was named Rocky. Look at that dog right there. Has there really ever been a cuter dog? I mean, there's cute dogs, but has there ever been one cuter than that dog right there? Who looked like a absolute stuffed animal. He acted like a stuffed animal too. You could roll him on his back and he'd sit there for an hour. You could put one arm up, the other one down. He'd just sit there, keep it that way, and just be looking straight ahead. He was very. It was almost like Chucky, but in a cute way, you know. Because there were times where it seemed like Rocky was merely just a pet that was alive. I mean, a doll that was alive that looked like a. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Been watching for a year or two and finally able to. Hey, very cool. Thank you. Yeah, all right, so let me see. There's another article on it. The Washougal Police Department is asking the public to help solve the murder of Sandra Ladd, a Washougal woman found stabbed to death. Police Department has partnered with Crime Stoppers. We want to make sure that we have all the information that we can. Ladd, 71, was found dead in her home located at 1900 block of 41st Street in Washougal, Washington on June 14th of 2020. Police later said Ladd, a longtime Washougal District school district employee, mother of 4 and grandmother of 6, was the victim of homicidal violence. Vancouver resident Michaela said Ladd's daughter told the Post Record she did not want to say anything that might jeopardize the investigation, but said Ladd's family members just need answers and need someone to come forward and provide any information. Ladd was born in Portland, graduated from Washougal High School in 1967, earned an associate degree from Clark County College. Yeah, there's not much about the crime that they're saying. That's her right here. And then this article, the Mirror, they're talking about all 3 of them. Third unsolved stabbing emerges as part of University Multiple Murders probe. So you've got the one we talked about, Travis and Jamelin Jutin. And then there is Sandra Ladd, mentioned in the same article. God, wouldn't that be crazy? Man. Then you'd have a serial killer with 7 victims in a pretty short amount of time, too. So we already went through each of those. And that's where she lived. So somebody went into that house, killed her. Doesn't sound like anything was stolen based on the articles. They don't really say anything. So, that's where she lived. The homicides are right over here. So in terms of miles, the 4 Idaho students are, that's, it's probably a 5-6 hour drive. And then, where was the other one at? Oh, so she's just right over, that's where I golf sometimes, right around that area. Washougal, huh. I think I golf, that's actually further away than that, I think. Yeah, I-5, 84. Yeah, I usually go out to, I go golfing on the other side, but over here somewhere. So that's closer. I could actually go there easily. Okay, so that's the other location. So it's here, here, and over here. I mean, it's hard to tell geographically. Oh, you can't see, sorry. Yep. So anyways, now I know where they are. So Sandra Ladd lives up here, and then right down in this area is where the Luton, or Jutin, was it? Yeah, Jutins live right here. So you got right there, and then up here is the Idaho students. So are they connected? I mean, it's hard to say geographically if they're connected or not. Yeah, because it's hundreds of miles. But they sound similar. Stabbed at home in the middle. Somebody broke in, stabbed them. It seems like that's the only thing. But it's interesting, right? The 71-year-old was first. So that could have been practice, trying to figure out. And that's another small town. I would say that there's a rural murder and then 2 small towns. Because Moscow, Idaho isn't really huge other than there's a school there. As soon as those students leave, there aren't really a ton of people that live there. No, I don't know if I think it's a serial killer. They're just mentioning these people in articles. It could be. I mean, the longer this takes, the more it sort of feels like it's something else, but who knows, right? Now, does anybody know what this was about today? Apparently, there was some guys wearing the Tyvek suits, and they were looking. I don't know if they were That they don't really look like government people. Maybe they're just painting the car. That's what I'm thinking. Like somebody sent me this, and now that I look at it again, I don't know if they're government people or this is somebody, because right there's part of the car. Maybe they're painting it in a stupid way. And somebody said, driving to the store and went past two guys in bio suits searching in and under this car, not too far from the house. S. Deacon Street. Let's see where that is. S. Deacon. Yeah, it's right there. Pretty close. Alright, we'll just put that there. Hazmat suit guys. Somewhere right around in there. I don't know. Whatever they're doing, they're doing. It especially doesn't look like somebody painting a car if you want it to be something else. I mean, who knows what it is. But yeah, they're looking around. Idaho murders, detectives, FBI, return to campus, stabbing scene, collect evidence, and meet with prosecutor. So that's a little weird. I mean, if they're meeting with the prosecutor, well, they might be meeting with the prosecutor to get warrants. Not necessarily, oh, we got this person, but maybe they're interested in somebody. This is Fox News. I was kind of like, wow, is that Misty? If Misty Gillis was there, I was going to about to shit my pants. Huh. And I'm looking at this. What a weird house. When you look at that one, this next floor doesn't even, like that corner doesn't even line up with that one, even though they're the same. See how that corner doesn't line up with that one? Jeez. Hey, we already went through this door. Wait, why didn't they go through the sliding door? What? Why didn't they go through the sliding door, everybody? It's ridiculous. Ah, see how it looks just like how we have it now. Door to the room to the right. And then you head on up to the left there to go up the stairs. And thanks, Loretta Reyes. Now look at there's a little coat rack against the wall. You couldn't see that. Wow. Why wasn't it listed right there? I was just using it. Stupid. Well, I'm going to work on the model now. I don't have any more to offer. Does anybody have any new information other than the guy that does a whole bunch of interviews with people and everybody thinks he has something to do with it because they don't have anything else to talk about? What in the hell is going on here? Oh, that was right before I hit save. Okay. Ding. Okay, that's good. Gotta fix this spot over here. I'm not sure what's going on there. Hold on. Yeah, it's weird. So that little part there sticking out. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be showing in there. I wonder if I could just... God, that one part is just it's been driving me crazy. This stupid. But the thing is right there, it looks weird when you're going up the stairs. You can see it. Not sure. I mean, I think if I made it the same color, it might look good. And one thing too, that doesn't render, it only renders on one side. So it's right there. Hey, thanks. 8675309. Let's please be mindful we don't victim blame family members on this channel. Yeah. Hmm. Trying to figure out a way to do that. Because this thing looks like this. I just put it there. That's what it looks like. I don't know how they built that originally, but so it's like right in this area. Because right there you can see it. Not really sure how to make it, like how do I make two-sided, let's see, 3D Studio Max, two-sided polygons, I mean, no, that doesn't make, two renderable, let's see, both sides, texture. Yeah, double-sided material, two-sided, and three-sided max. Faces are one-sided. The front is the side with the surface normals. So how do we do that? Yep. There are two ways to render both sides of a face. Either turn on Force Two-Sided option in the render dialog, or apply a two-sided material to the geometry. Usually you want a two-sided rendering turned off since it slows rendering time. However, if you want to render the inside as well as the outside of objects, or if you're, for example, in which the face normals are not properly unified, you can use one of the preceding methods to render each face. Panel modifiers list normal. Okay, let's see. Got that. That's really all I need to have done here. Okay, modifier, and it's modify panel modifiers list normal. Let's see. NO normal. Oh, look at that. Now it's not black on the inside anymore. That's crazy. Alright, there we go. And collapse all. And now that looks somewhat normal. Get it? I don't know why they call it normals, but that's the term. Yeah, let's see what that looks like now. Oh, I don't know if the render, yeah, it's not there anymore. So I think that's better. Although, you know, the problem is when let me put the floor back on it. Yeah, because I was thinking that's not, well, each floor is probably, what, about 6 to 8 inches deep. So now it does look better when you're coming up. I think this just needs to be a little bit more flush with that. was that? Oh, that was that. Just random. Ew. What is that right there? What the hell is this thing? Okay, I was just kind of in the air, floating around. I don't know what the hell that was. But you see how it gets in here, you guys? Whenever I do the modeling, it's... Yeah, it's not... Yeah, this is 3D Studio Max. Did he not tell her parents? Who? Who are you talking about, Fairy Magic? You like the model, Gigi? Cool. Right. It's sort of like when I'm reading, though. It's the same effect. That's what I'm saying. Oh, there it is. It's a house. Here we go.
It's a house!
Yeah, well, this is 3D modeling. So yeah, it's weird. I taught myself 3D modeling, and then I went to the Art Institute in Portland for 2 years. Did really well, and then I decided to go out and start a videography company, but, you know, then I finally got back into, I learned how to use 3D Studio Max back then. Thank you, Tosh. No, it's not, Miss Shuggy, because I give over half away, so don't be a troll somewhere. Go be a troll somewhere else. We're trying to make shit happen here. Yeah, Kevin MacLeod's the music. Yep. But yeah, during normal months it is. Yeah, I mean that would be like during the, you know, March 22nd or something. You know, that would be a goal. But when you have over 1,200 people watching, it's not. Okay, I can tell you. You know, and that makes up for some of the leaner times that there are. But yeah, it's weird how people like just make. I bet you if you clicked on that account, it's some new YouTuber. You know, it won't. It'll be from like today. Let's see. Let me check. Yes, it was created on November 12th, 2022. So it's a troll account. You know, just created 13 days ago. So those are just, these people just set them up and then type stuff in. Absolute morons. Wow, my bot was really slow for you there, Tosh. Sorry about that. Is it? Oop. Well, I had a good chance of hitting somebody's birthday, Terry. Do you know if you have 30 people in a room, there's a very good chance that 2 of them have the same birthday, not the year, obviously, but you can try it sometime. I go to a bar. One time I was at a bar and I went around. People thought I was probably a lunatic, but I had a few drinks. I was like, "When's your birthday?" And then literally 15 in, I already had a match. I mean, I've done it many times too. It's weird. In this room right here, there's many people that have the same birthday. Okay, let me open up the... Now, the lady who put together the Zilla with the numbering system on the map was pretty cool. That was good. Yep, so this is the shot from above, which, let me get rid of the floor here really quick. Nothing's really fast. And if I put this camera right up where that one was, and Zillow, rotate it. So look how close that is. Look at it's almost exactly the same, right? You got the stairs, a little different type of camera or whatever, but and then I have to put the railing in. Yeah, so then the floor drops down. There, I'm just going to put one in, see what happens. How far do you think that drop, that one step is? I'll just go with that. See right there, that's where you step down into the other room. I'm not sure why that's there. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Yeah, let me try this again. Yeah, okay. Destroy it. Okay, so that's just sitting on top of that. I don't know, maybe like that. Slide it in. Now I'll make it go right next to the wall. Yeah. So that's what that room does. It's weird. It actually drops in. So when you exit this door right here, it drops down a bit like that. And so then the next room, you know, and then what I can't see is what it's doing. Like this is there, this thing that kind of comes down, but it seems like after that it's a regular ceiling. Because when you get into this room over here, which is, you can see it on number 14 there. There's 14, and let me move it like this. See, that's this part over here. The door, I even have the door there. Yeah, that's there. So it looks like it's a regular ceiling, though, later. You know, like this thing here, this same sort of deal is right when you go through that step down, but then the ceiling goes up to its normal height. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. It's hard to explain it. Yeah, I think that was it. See, right here is the step down. And then see how the ceiling is right there? It's way down. But then I think once you go into there, it goes back up again. Because I don't see that continuing. And then this seems to match what it's doing in those rooms, too. Right there, see? That height. And then it goes up. See what I'm saying? See what I'm talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? I know it's closet space. See how that's a closet? Wow. Yeah, I don't need help telling me what things are and stuff like that in these images. I'm just trying to figure out. There's no images of the step down and the greater room associated with it. because there's no images of the stairs, for example, that go up to the 3rd floor. I don't think, the roof is a slant, but I can't find any images where the room is a slant. Any of the wall, see right here you might think, oh yeah, but that's really, you could base that, this is the 3rd floor, so maybe the 3rd floor does have a slant to it. But these other ones, for example, this one you might think, oh look, it's slanted up. But is it really? Because this is another shot of the same room, and that doesn't look like that at all anymore. It's really just the camera itself made it look like that. However, if you look at the house from the outside, it looks like this. I mean, that roof definitely goes up, right? But I think there's just space there, and it's flat inside. There's no vaulted ceilings. In here, I think there is vaulted ceilings when you're on the 3rd floor, right? That starts right there. The 2nd floor starts, I think, down here, and then continues over to here. I just don't have a perfect side shot. I think I have it somewhere, though. Like, here's a good one. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so the 2nd floor, 3rd floor starts probably right in there. And that's the roof of the 2nd floor. And I think it's just straight across. There's no vaulted ceilings. I didn't see any. And it's way too steep. You would really see it easily. Hey, thanks, LMM. Just a hair gray roof again. And this one does something similar, but it's a really ridiculous home, to be honest with you. So, the 1st floor ends basically, let's see. Yeah, I would say the 1st floor is about here, 2nd floor there, and back here, and then this is the 3rd, so this is 3, 2, 2, 1. Does that make sense? That's how it works. Gray, you should have had the one a little higher. I saw one where the... Yeah, it's just a drawing. It's a representation. And the reason I do those little mimicking things is because that's what people say, that kind of stuff all the time. So right now, I'm currently almost done with the whole 2nd floor, and then I'll be moving on to the 3rd floor. And the diagrams that were put in Daily Mail the other day are completely inaccurate and not worth using whatsoever. They do help for the overall dimension of the floors, like it's 40 feet 4 inches and then 14 inches long, feet long for the, this way, but it's 40 feet this way. And then this floor is different. Looks different than the other one. And then the 3rd floor looks different than that one. Completely different. It's crazy. Yeah, so I've got part of the kitchen done. It's really hard to do these angle ones, but I think I might know how to do it. Yeah, because there's a little angle that comes in and then the sliding glass doors, but I haven't done that part yet. There's going to be a 45-degree angle associated with that one. So number 1 on the images is this one. And so that would be, yeah, okay. So on this one, see that little part that juts out right there? That is this that I haven't done yet. But I was thinking that it's supposed to match up with this one going across. Doesn't it look that way? That this runs into that like it would if you were... I mean, it's maybe a little different, but... I'm just going to put him here. See what happens. Oops. Thank you, Tosh. Yeah, it's okay. You guys can just chill out. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. I spent the whole day doing it, and I got some other stuff I got to do. Thank you. Thank you, Tosh. Yeah, it's weird. It felt like that doesn't look like it's that offset though. I mean, that looks like that would be really obvious if you were looking at it. This doesn't look like it's offset quite. I see kind of what's going on though. I mean, it does kind of go over here. Almost halfway in between that, but on the map they gave doesn't look like that at all. So I'm going to just assume that this is over here a little bit more. And that one's probably lined up perfectly with that one. Yeah, and then there's this whole thing that goes around, but see, I'm not really sure that stuff's incredibly important. You know, all I really want to have is the whole everything built out in terms of the structure where you'd walk. I mean, if there's just lots of time, I can come back in and put in the stove and all that crap. But at this point, we just want to get where we can get in there. Yeah, and see, there's no images taken out here where these steps are, so it's just going to be kind of a guess on how to do that. Then the bedroom, number 14, yeah, that's the one we were doing earlier. I was going to put, first I'm going to fix the top. I think it's just going to be that. One. this one? God, that's crazy because it dropped. You know, the thing is, the floor. It goes down 8 inches or so. And then, let me see that one shot, number 14 again. Man, look how weird this is. Why is that little indentation there? It's weird. What's the point of that? I'm not sure I'm going to put that in there. Ew, shit. Okay, that's taller. Okay, that's good. There, that one, if I can get this to go across to the other one. See, and that doesn't really line up there. Yeah, this stuff can get pretty tedious at times, I can tell you that. And if you grab the wrong thing, it just throws everything off, and that's why you have to save multiple copies. I'm just trying to line these vertices up. Vertices. I think Cracker Jack is what it wasn't that the term from earlier? Oh, we need some Cracker Jack prosecutors in here. I don't even remember. You know, maybe I'm just too tired to even know what the hell I'm talking about. I can't remember. Even that sounds bad. Cracker Jack. Well, it sort of worked, I think. Alright, well, now that at least that room has the door and everything the way it's supposed to be, except it has a little thing that pops out for no good reason at all. Thanks, Sick'em Dogs. Yeah, it's almost like at this point you just put something flat over the top of it, and these things are there. Except I did have something I was going to try. I think this molding that's on this one right here, I think I need to make it go up a little. Nope. Yeah, look at that. That worked. See how it has a little molding around it? And it's weird because there's a door almost that's a slider. But where does the rest of it go? Is there two of those, or did one break off? I mean, maybe there's one behind it that can slide too. So there's maybe two of these types of doors that are sliders. But anyways, that doesn't really matter. I just wanted to get that part in there. So I think that looks pretty good. For now, I think so that was another bedroom. I don't know if there's anybody staying in that bedroom on the second floor. That's the a bedroom that's unknown if that was empty or what was going on. Maybe, well, no, because Kaylee lived on the third floor in a different room. Oh, so I gotta add them, put a what's going on? Chloe did? Chloe pooped? Where? I let him out not long ago. Chloe pooped. Oh boy. Oh yeah, of course it's blue. Oh, come on. She always defends Chloe. Chloe's better, right? What kind of poop is it? Just little, like pebbles? What does it look like? Just regular pebbles, like Chloe. She's the only one that really does that very often. Oh boy. Damn it. Oh, I had it. There we go. Alright, well, there you go. There's the pantry door. So, I don't know, I gotta put the stairs in there. I think basically I'm just gonna put the stairs in, and then I'll be able to do the third floor. I kind of like it, if it was my job. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. That's the whole, yeah, I've been putting it together. It's actually goes, there's the bottom floor over there. Yeah. There's stairs that come up right here, and then doing my old stuff. Yeah, you'd think I was patient, but I'm not really patient. I don't know, man. Some of the stuff that people say, it's just mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? Bye, Jim. Yeah, I'm making a mug named after you, Jim. It's just going to say Jim. That's it. So I just have a little bit more to do on this one. A little tiny little thing here, sliding doors, and I think that's going to do it. I'm not going to spend too much time on the details of it. And then I'm going to do the stairs going up, and those stairs lead up to the third floor, which would be up here. And I'm not going to try to make the roof look angular and all that shit, because it really doesn't matter, you know. It's like, what matters is the 3 floors and how people might be moving around. This is where the patio is that somebody could enter, and once they enter, what makes it feel, you know, being able to look at it like this allows you to say, wow, okay, that seems totally intentional, because you're going to enter here, and then you walk all the way around here, go up the steps, that one step, take a left on a hallway, go in here and kill these 2 people. Or you did it later, which is still crazy, because you would come down these stairs and just exit, right, after you killed Kaylee and Madison. But instead, you enter here, and either they went upstairs first and killed Kaylee and Madison, then came down. The death of Zaina and Ethan is strange, because it's not like in somebody's path. It's completely out of the way. Do you guys see that? I mean, that's not something, it makes no sense at all. Now, if you came in from the code door, then you come up the stairs here, and it's not too far-fetched to think that the person goes into a room, then heads upstairs. That makes a little more sense, actually, doesn't it? So, when you look at it like this, though, that's just crazy that somebody would go around here. That means you almost could make the case that maybe somebody in that room was targeted. I mean, my God, you know, what's going on here? Why would you go into that room? Totally out of the way. And you can really see it right here. Just looking at the way, when you have the walls, and, you know, you get a better 3-dimensional view of it. Now let me look at 13. Yeah, so that's 13. Let me put the camera over there. Yeah, see, that's pretty close, right? See how there's a door. I haven't put the window in yet, but see that the door leaving, and that little closet back there. It's right there. Something. I guess what's missing is this little thing that juts out right there. What the hell is that? Huh. What the hell is that? So if you're in that room... No, wait, that was a different room, excuse me. Over here. Yeah, I've got that. It's right there. Theirs looks like it comes out a little bit further than that, though. You could almost come in here and... Even though they drew it like that, it seems like it's more like that. A little further out. Because that's just like a hand drawing. I don't think anybody's being specific, but it's, you know, it's close, you know. I don't know, is there one in the bathroom there? I don't think so. That makes you think a little differently a little bit, doesn't it? They come in the sliding door and they went... The stairs are right there. They walk right by him. And they go around and they know where this person lives. And they go back and kill these two people. Now if they came through the keypad front door, it makes a hell of a lot more sense that they went there. Doesn't it? Oh my god, why do you keep typing in DNA? You keep talking about DNA. Yeah, we don't know if they had the DNA in the other cases. We don't get to know those kinds of things, right? Like they always keep stuff like that. I bet there's less chance of there being DNA in the lady and the two other people than this. Well, the lady was stabbed 19 times and her... So there could be DNA in that case. But that's all we can say is there could be. We don't know the answers to those questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I said first day, Casey. I said the same thing. That she had defensive wounds because the person killed Ethan first, and she woke up, and then he killed her. It seemed really clear, you know, like that seemed like that's most likely what happened early on. That's right, Zozo. Now what about that DNA? Well, we don't know. They haven't mentioned DNA in any of the cases. If I stab... Well, that's kind of a... Who cares, Moofies? God. Why do you type stuff like that in? Like, what does that even mean? If I stab someone to death, I know what kind of knife to use, so you won't see me with cuts on my hands. Just saying. Huh? Who cares? That makes you sound like a psycho typing something like that in. You know, it's... Yeah, I know, but you just need to not type stuff like that in. I don't like that kind of stuff on my channel, movies. So, you know, try to rein that stuff in a little bit. It's kind of gross. Yeah, kind of makes you. Yeah, creepy is a good term. Wouldn't we have seen the blood dripping outside being sealed off if it was actually... Huh? I doubt it. They're not gonna... The whole property's sealed off, Kate. Oh wow, thanks, Cairo. Man, that damn YouTube. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna finish for the night here, but yeah, we made some progress on this and got first, second, and tomorrow I'll be onto the third floor. We might have a working model by tomorrow. Okay, that the other channels can pilfer or whatever they want to do. You know, I'll tell you what, they can. When I'm done with this sucker, they can take any video that I make and play it as long as they say where it came from. Okay, go ahead. They just rarely ever do it. Yeah, I don't know. The watermark thing, it's just... Yeah, maybe I could do something like that. Yeah, maybe if I do make a walkthrough video on it, I'll do a watermark. Like in the corner and maybe right in the middle of it. And I'll block the entire video so nobody can watch it with the watermark. Have a big... Hey, what do you guys... I have this crazy idea for my... a logo. Here, let me show you it too. It's just Jim. No, I'm just kidding. Let me show you. It's going to be a watermark. Is just something that's on the screen that's kind of see-through that you can, you know, like Murder Sheet did with their PDF files. Yeah, so I was thinking something like, you know, yeah, like here's a G. I'm just going to keep going here. You can't see it really, but I mean, it's... Let me just fill that in. Ah, God, wrong program. And then, but here's the thing. Then H is basically like this and like this and like this. So my logo would be this. Watch. I mean, not... That's bad what I just drew, but let me just go like that. It looks like a window. But maybe that's kind of cool, you know, like a window. I mean, so it'd almost be just a window. I mean, it's kind of strange, but like, you know, you have G, right, like this. And then H is right here. Oh, yeah, and then the I is right a middle window, like that. And then maybe something else goes in it or something. You know? It's kind of like the Windows logo, I guess. It's sort of... I don't know if I can use that one. Yeah, it's kind of... And then maybe put something in each of the squares or something. I don't know. But you can see it, like G... and then H, I, and it all just kind of makes a window. A window into crimes. Hey, thanks, Mama 457 Rose. Okay, well, thank you. That's Sarah Terry on PayPal. Sarah Terry and Lizbit PCB. And that's it. So thank you guys very much. On PayPal. I think I have everybody on here. Ooh. So you guys, I think we made some pretty good progress on the... I've been saying you need to watermark your stuff for like 3 years, man. I don't know how to actually watermark it, though. I mean, like, it feels funny to watermark it, you know? Why should I have to do that? And the weird part is, you know, Daily Mail and all these articles, or, you know, periodicals use images of mine. They just throw them in there. And they never say anything. They never say where it came from or anything. Like my 3D renderings of, in the Delphi case, there's still shots from that. I guess if it was on there, somebody might have known. I know. If people would just give credit, I wouldn't care. You know. That's the thing is... man, there's nothing worse than what that mob idiot did that one time, though. Right in the middle of the show. Runs over and takes exactly what I just said on my show and makes a quick video of it. Posts it using even the same... Like, you know, sometimes when I'm talking about, like, right here, ding, 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 bing, 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 and this one, he started saying ding, 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 and bing, 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 too, while pointing to the same mountain range. I mean, and then you pretend that you just thought of it yourself. I mean, it was... When you see something like that, those people should be never seen again. Ever. I mean, if I was running the show at YouTube, that's what I would do. I would say they have absolutely plagiarized somebody to the point where you know, you get like one warning or something. I mean, imagine that. It was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And you know what the best part about it was, though? It was during the Kylie Rodney case, and I actually had the wrong place because we were looking for where the vehicle was found because they put the buoy in the water and that's all we had. And so I was looking at the mountain range in the background in one of their shots, and I almost had it right, but it was wrong. And he ran out and did the wrong one because later in the show we figured out the right location. Yeah, so later in the show we figured out the right location, and it was too late for him now. It was funny though, but it was, you know, oh god, I don't know how people sleep at night doing that. Like, you do that to somebody and then you're able to sleep. Like, man. Oh, really, Dennis? Jeez. I haven't seen that yet. Is it pretty good, or... I mean, did they do a decent job on it? I think I have it recorded. Dennis knows the Schneeoberholzer case better than everybody except for... Well, I wouldn't even... You know what? I wouldn't even say... I think better than anybody. Because he knows stuff on the side that none of those other people know about. You know, he might not know every single detail that the sheriff and everybody, you know, knows or whatever. But, man, he knows all about... Way more about Richard Allen than most of than them. I can tell you that. Schneeoberholzer. We covered it like, I don't know, 3.5 years ago, and then Dennis was so taken by it that he just made it his own thing and goes down there and, you know, got to know Charlie, the guy that's been, you know, he's like 80-something years old, working on it his whole life. And they finally solved it after we covered it for... I mean, it was cool because the timing of it was like 2.5 years later. One of the craziest things. You want to hear... how many people are here? Is it worth telling? Yeah, 9:40. But listen to... Want to hear the craziest thing in the world? So in that case, for those of you who've never heard of it, you know, Annette Schnee and Bobby Joe Oberholzer were both killed the same night by I think he's a serial killer. Picked up earlier in the evening. Annette Schnee was killed. Then he went back into, this is in Breckenridge, Colorado. Then he goes back into Breckenridge and picks up Bobby Joe Oberholzer as a hitchhiker later in the evening. And her body, however, was found the very next day because she made a run for it, and then he just killed her at a mountain pass up there, or not, like a pullout or whatever the hell you want to call it. But so, anyways, on the same evening, there was a on the same night that Bobby Joe Oberholzer was killed. I think it was January 6th, if I remember right. Of 1980, was it 81 or 82? Man, my brain isn't remembering the exact year, but on that same evening, let's see, there was a jet airliner flying from Denver, and it was flying over the area, and there was this vehicle that was stuck in the snow at the top of this mountain pass, and it was freezing. The guy got out of the car and he walked for a little bit, and he goes, "Ah, crap, man, I can't do this." And he gets back in the car, and he was thinking he was going to die probably. And then he flashed his headlights up in the sky when he saw the jet airliner and did the SOS signal. And there was a sheriff on the airplane who noticed all the way up in the sky, looked down and saw the SOS signal, told the pilot of the jet airliner. Then they called down to two lower planes that flew around, and then they located this vehicle. And then sheriffs, you know, another local on-the-ground people were sent out there, and they rescued this man. And he was in the paper and everything. His name is Alan Lee Phillips, I think. And it turns out that was the killer of Bobby Joe Oberholzer and Annette Schnee, and he got stuck in the mountain on the way back from killing both of those girls, and they just didn't put the pieces together during that time. He's in the newspaper and everything. That's one of the craziest. If you wrote that and put that in as a script in the newspaper, you'd sound like an idiot. I mean, for a movie. You put that script for a... Hey, let me do the guy's in a car and he flashes up to the sky. Yeah. And we found the articles in the paper, and we weren't able to say anything. They told us we couldn't bring that up for a while. But then it got released by somebody else, so we put it out there. Anyways, thank you to LMM. And you know what's one of the weirdest things too? Dennis found a newspaper in a small town in the area. Check this out. That had a picture of Alan Lee Phillips and discussing the rescue. And just next to it was an article of Bobby Joe Oberholzer being found murdered. I mean, what in the hell is that? That is nuts. He did just get convicted though. All right, so LMM, thank you, Eugenie, Kathy Freidenmaker, Jamie, Colleen Bauman, Jody H, Sleuth and Sandals, PJ Radio, Beautiful Broken, LMM, Chain from the Country, Linda Howell, let's see, Danette, Maxine Van Date, Melissa South, Tamara, not today, but tomorrow, LMM, Whimsical Me, The Velvet Army, Ria Mazzarone, Tamara, Kevin Kershaw, he typed in really negative comment after I said no negative comment, Connie E, Marie Anderson upgraded, thank you, to Oogla Boogla. Robin Holiday, new member, thank you. Amber Maiden, Cat Eye. Zozo with the Aussie Cat Eye. Susan Defoe, something like that. Yeah, and then yeah, that was she's the one that sent in the Ralph Howell, but we don't do. You can't do the, you know, what do you call it? Give out the information before we talk about it. Little Rascal Reseller, Paul K, Kevin Kershaw, Shanna 360, Cal Gal 3, Alley Cake, Melanie, Colleen Dowman, Moofies, the crazy person, Kitty Cronister, Patty G007RN, Hillbilly Uncensored, Country Dog Lady, Eugenie, Jonesy, Zozo, LMM, and Bama Forever with a quadruple cat eye. Thank you very much. Miss Frellis, Josh the Posh 63, LM Sparks, LMM, Jessica Schubach, Allie 79, LMM, Lisa Wilkerson, Hillbilly Uncensored became a member, PJ Radio, and welcome there. Sage Lake, Brendy Ivy, new member, thank you. Rocky Rocks, new member. Loretta Reyes, 8675309. Tosh, Cat Eye, thank you. Melissa South, Miss Rose, LMM, Tosh, Cairo, Mama 457 Rose, Cairo again. And he's telling me about how dumb I am for not doing the watermarks, just like I told him to get a Subaru for 25 years, and he never got one, but he got another car similar. And Cindy Leanne. All right, well, thank you guys very much, and we're going to do a spin now. And wasn't that first story was pretty interesting too, right? I think we should. I'm going to go look up those other murders, and we'll do cover those 3 that they think he did. And then maybe we can go try to find other ones that that serial killer did. Because he's a new serial killer that nobody was aware of at the time. Kind of a weird name, Ralph, for a serial killer, you know? Kind of mundane sounding, like a... And I won't say, what are the odds his name would be Ralph? Yeah, that's his name, Ralph. He is a serial killer. It's crazy. What was his name? His name is Ralph Howell. And he's an actual, they think he's a serial killer for certain. And I do too, just based on what we know currently. Right, now that stays over here. Alright, tonight we're going to do an everything tumbler and 2 wow, just wow mugs. How do you like that?
Five brain cells, 4 aren't working.
Colleen Dobbin, Terry Ann Heikkinen, Loretta Reyes, Mama 457 Rose, Jessica Schubach, Jen H, Art and Design Studios, Lillian Gale. I like that name, Terry Ann Heikkinen. Heikkinen with a shot. Ooh, it's in the back of the net. Terry Heikkinen. What a goal that was for the Nordic champ. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here comes the spin. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Hey, Jen H. How's it going, Jen H? Oh, look at that. Amber Maiden wins the Everything Tumbler. Boom, chakalaka. Maybe she has that one. I'll send a different one. Because I think I know how they say words over there. My brother, he went to Norway. I don't know if that's where you're from. But there was a guy named Mafti Nikkanen. He was like a ski jumper. So I figured it might sound similar to that. Finland. That's right. Finland's the ski jumper guy, right? Mafti Nikkanen. I don't know, TTGO Tracy. Can't you just let things go sometimes, TTGO Tracy? Just every once in a while. You know, just kind of like you don't know everything kind of thing. Right, you have friends with that name. Okay. Alright, so am I supposed to say Hikanen? Terrian? We gotta help TTGO out. Am I supposed to say Hikanen? Oh, I say it right. Okay, good. See, TTGO Tracy? Ah! If you take what somebody... Do you live there, or... I've never seen that name before. Okay, anyways, here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. This is for a Wow Just Wow mug, everybody. When you thought you had everything in life and you didn't, now you get the Wow Just Wow mug, Hillbilly Uncensored. You've just won yourself a Wow Just Wow mug. When you thought you had it all, down on your luck, a spin happened. And what did you get? The one and only Wow Just Wow mug to Stacy Talak. Bam! Woo! Unreal.
Huh? It's a house!
There you go, everybody. 3 winners. It's up to you to know that you win, and you contact me with your email or with your address, and then I send it to you. All right, but also put down what you won in the email, so I don't have to go back and watch and figure out which one. Thanks, Dennis Stewart. Yeah, we'll see you. Hopefully, I can get almost finished with it by tomorrow. Alright guys, hope you got something out of the show tonight. Had a lot of stuff. We had the killing of Cheryl Thompson back in 1978 by a serial killer. I was actually wondering if Beitelman, remember, was it, I don't know if it was Janice Beitelman and her son. That was also in Ohio, but I think that was 1981. And remember, she actually, her and her kid were killed, stabbed to death, and they were in a, remember she was driving too. Do you guys remember that one? Remember Beitelman? That's the guy, the husband that was just really dirty in the way, when I interviewed him, the way he talked and stuff, but, you know, generally seemed sort of likable in a way. Yeah, I said Janice Beitelman, yeah. Yeah. No, the other Beitelman Play-Doh. Yeah. So that case is one of those ones that would have been really huge if they were white, but the media didn't. They did cover it locally in one little in a paper, and fortunately we were able to look at it. So it had better coverage in some cases, but not really. I mean, we're talking about a mother and her son were both stabbed to death. But she was just driving, and it was about that. You know what's weird is it was around that same time of night, right? 10:30, 11 at night, and then she tried to go to that store, but it wasn't open. And again, here's a vehicle, and she obviously wasn't the one driving the vehicle, right? The car was down underneath. You remember, because it was moved. So you couldn't have been driving that car because it was down underneath. So somebody else took it down there underneath that bridge. And I don't know, the detectives went out and visited the husband a couple times. I sent them the interview because they wanted it. Crazy case, though. Yeah, go back and look it up on my channel. Beitelman, Beidleman, I think. Alright, you guys. Well, thank you very much for being here tonight and supporting the channel. You guys are very generous. I think we're going to be able to get to the $50,000 mark. I'm hoping. It's looking good at the end of the month. And then we'll just kind of cruise in the last month of the year and, make it more. You know, I mean, wouldn't that be crazy if we could get to 60 when the goal was 50? But I don't know. And we might be able to do it anyways, just naturally. But let's see what happens. Yeah. So, anyways, thank you guys very much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time. Be safe out there. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks mods for all you do out there getting stuff done, even though you sometimes click on a button when you didn't mean to, but that crap happens. You guys always fix it right away, even though every single one of their comments is missing for their yeah. But anyway, sometimes people get timed out accidentally. You can see it and they put you right back in, so don't get upset about it. Especially recently when the chat's moving by really quick and it's like you're trying to click on a name because somebody above you said something that needs to be removed, and then boom, it clicks on yours and then it accidentally, so stuff like that happens. All right, so thanks everybody, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and 8. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya. Clem, what in the hell are you doing on here? Like an old this is for Mary Lou, okay?
I can do what I want. You bet. There's gonna be another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector.
And I'm always gonna be a pup protector.
Clem, you cannot be on there. It's my turn.
And I'm meaner than a
specter with a vector on his specter with a spectre. Just remember, take it, check y'all. I have no agenda on the bartender. And a signature hell about the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send you
on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody. Talk to you.
Good night, everybody.
Wow, is that like a performance for you now when you do that? It seems like it's just so much more dramatic. Like you say good night, everybody, almost like you're drunk, and then you say good night, everybody. It's ludicrous.
What do you mean, Gray?
I just mean it just, I mean, do it again, Mary Lou. Do it again.
Good night, everybody. Gee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. You like this, you go, good night, everybody. Why do you say it like that? Like, buddy? You know, why not just say good night, everybody? And then say G if you want to, but I mean, then, you know. But it's weird the way you do it.
Good night, everybody. Gee.
Oh my God. Unreal. Okay. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe Mary Lou can work on something and get that dialed in a little bit better than that. It sounds, is ludicrous too strong of a word? All right, guys. See you tomorrow. And be safe out there.
You're so mean to me, Frank.
Well, you deserve it. Okay.
What does that mean, Gray?
Well, it means you go, good night, everybody.
We're still on the air, Gray.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Okay. See you guys later.